Okay, so this is video two, and we are now in the review backend. This is getreview.co. It's super, this is actually free. This is a brand new account. You can see it's not even verified yet. Issue number one, right? And essentially what we want to do is begin the process of adding content to our to our newsletter, right? So as you can see, this is not, this is brand new. And let's see, let's go to account settings. I think integrations is the first step. And these are all the various things that you can integrate into your newsletter to really rapidly give yourself some momentum and traction and repurpose the existing content you already have that lives elsewhere across your digital media brand. So this could be your Twitter account, your Facebook, your Pocket, if you use Pocket, which is awesome for saving things to read later, Medium, Instagram, anything that you can add an RSS feed. But essentially what we're going to do first is just add the bookmarklet to our bookmark bar right here. Of course, that didn't work. This is why you never do this in real time. There we go. All right, so see add to digest. So we're going to see how that works in a moment in real time. All right. So one of the things that I recommend, and again, so here's an example of our Facebook page. This is the Mindful Marketplace Facebook page. It's the Mindful Market, but the community is mindfulmarketplace.com. What this is going to be in right now, it's primarily a curated magazine, as you can see here, of just curated content for the mindfulness niche. But what we have behind the scenes that you can't see is a full course community with about 20 different courses on mindfulness, enlightened entrepreneurialism, and content and courses for folks who are working in the helping, healing, and self-publishing spaces, right? So I'll cover this more in private with those of you who want to know a little bit more about what we're doing there before we launch that piece. But let's really quickly go back to this, and I'm going to show you how to add content to your newsletter, and then we're going to look at some ways of tying all the various pieces of your platform together in a smart and strategic way. So you expand your brand, right? So you're not limited to any one of these individual elements. Like it's not just your directory or just a Facebook page or just your blog or just your Instagram account. You put all the structure of this into a smart and strategic blender, and you have all of this stuff that just keeps getting wider and wider, allowing your footprint to expand. All right, so I'm going to shut up now and let's curate some content. This is a email account that's set up just for Google Alerts. I've covered this elsewhere. Today is the 14th, so let's look at today's Google Alerts, right? So these are things that by dint of setting alerts.google.com for keyword phrases, Google sends me every morning articles and resources that they think are relevant to my content and community. Again, by setting those keyword queries at alerts.google.com. All right, so the Medical Minute, practicing mindfulness can help with everyday stress. Obviously, that's going to be something that is relevant for our newsletter. This is Penn State News, reasonably credible source here, right? So we're going to add this to the digest. And you can see it's now been added to review, right? So let's go back into the back end of review. Let's look at issues. Let's go to create actually instead. And let's see, has that been added yet? I don't know. It should have been. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. It's right here, right? So this has been now added to the back end. Let us X out of that. Let's go back to this. Stay more mindful. We're back into the Google Alerts here in your everyday life. 1 week mindfulness plan. This is from Pop Sugar. Again, a decent source. I mean, it is important to make sure you pick the right sources, right? You don't want to pick these kind of like nonsensical fake news style, blogs or magazines, etc. At least I don't, right? I'm not a fan of repurposing shitty content. All right, let's look. Meditation, different approaches to meditation, its physical and mental benefits. I mean, this is main public. I don't know what that is. It's a main, but you have tons of options, right? Sex tips from a Buddhist monk, from CNN. Not so interested in sex tips either personally or professionally, so we're going to skip that. Let's go to Stay More Mindful from Pop Sugar. And here we go again, right? So here's an article from a really popular magazine. Pop Sugar is a popular magazine, on mindfulness and a 1 week plan. Let's save that. We're going to add this to the digest. All right, it's been added. Let's also do something else. So now I'm going to show you just how easy this is to repurpose, again, across your digital media brand. Let's go back to our main magazine, mindfulmarketplace.com. This is the front-facing magazine. I'm going to curate that same article here. All right. And there you have it. Stay more mindful in your everyday life with this 1 week mindfulness plan. I'm going to change the title, 1 week mindfulness plan. Okay. I'm going to tag it. I'm using the keyboard shortcuts for this so you can see what I'm doing the file menu shortcuts. All right, so I just added a tag to that. We'll tag this Enlighten Up. I'm going to publish this. Now, this is separate from the newsletter. This is now the online magazine, which is also a curated content. Boom. Now you have that there. This is now the top story on our magazine. Let's go back to this. I know I'm moving quickly. Let's refresh this here. This is the newsletter service. And now you see that same article, Stay More Mindful in Your Everyday Life. And the first article, The Medical Minute. And again, all this was being pulled from our Google Alert email box. All right. This is, again, a special email box that I set up only for alerts for this specific niche. All right, so now we have, again, issue 1. This is brand new. Let's now drag this over here. All right, let's drag this over here. All right, so now you have those 2 articles that we just grabbed. Now, in the first issue, you can add parenthetical comments, which is what I recommend that you do. Actually, let's do this first. Let's make it a little bit more prominent. Let's drag this one down so that real nice image is on top. Let's add some text. All right, let's drag this up here. I mean, that's not really. All right, let's go here. Morsels of magic, marketing, mindfulness, and mojo. Do what you love for a living and wake up the world with your work. Let's go here and say mindful. So now we're at, I mean, I don't like the way that rendered, but you get the point. So we're just identifying this is the first issue, of the newsletter. Actually, let's do it this way. Happy holidays from mindfulmarketplace.com. And then issue number 1, I always like to mark the issues down. It keeps me organized. It keeps your readers organized. And as you get lots and lots of these published, you're going to find that having them itemized in a numerical way is a great way of driving user engagement.